Greetings, all. I hope your year has been treating you well. I also know that I have much to talk about since my absence, but I promise to be as little of a bummer as possible. So, the last time I uploaded, I was in sort of a limbo regarding my emotional state. It was the start of 2019, and I thought of making it my year. However, I also had a bit of melancholy because, well, I suppose it's typical for someone my age, especially since the world is so confusing and it all just gets overwhelming when I stop to hesitate. I thought of a way to be productive as well as help people like me make a video about recovering from depression and various mental illnesses, even ones that I can't relate to. I've thought of that video at the moment, but also when recalling the whole ordeal regarding for profit therapy services at around like 2018, late 2018 was it? While in reality, community helplines exist and people don't really think about that. The other reason is a realization of judgment towards those who suffer from mental health problems, especially in between generational or situational gaps. People judge based on their own experiences, and I wanted to try diffuse that. With my last video out of the way, there comes what I put at the end of that video, the announcement of Doki Doki Month, the event that never happened because I bit off more than I could chew. So, here's how it goes. I find myself in a rut at the start of the year, so I force myself to work by setting deadlines for myself. Like taking the diving board before the pool gets a chance to fill. I know that was a bad decision because I couldn't go through with the schedule I set for myself. I just wanted to see if I could recover faster if I forced myself to do something, but that was pretty stupid in hindsight. The funny thing is that the reviews that I planned to put out didn't help. I was going to do a mod tutorial for Doki Doki Exit music, but it got so sad that I had to stop playing. I also thought of doing a parody video involving a ROM, but all the sites have been neutered, and I got paranoid of all the legal stuff, even if speedrunners used ROMs all the time, so that got axed too. To make matters worse, the connection to my old microphone broke, so voice recording wouldn't be ideal for videos. January passed, and from that point, I just focused on what I had to do, among other adventures. But I think I know another reason why I stepped away for a bit, a little thing called anxiety. My first video, New World City, Washington Heights, was supposed to be the start of a series that I truly had much passion for. I even went there 4 times in order to get the takes correct. But especially for someone like me, it was extremely nerve-wracking to walk alone in the streets with a camera and a pocket alarm. I'll also have to say that the first set had my heavy breathing overlap most of my ambient noise. Heck, if you look at the part where I walk up the stairs, a stranger who I've masked the identity of was staring at me. I tried to work on the next episode of that series, but going back to the streets where people silently judged me proved stressful. There's also the fact that posting a video can be compared to walking on a minefield when it comes to YouTube. Namely, I've made sure that my review on songs of the 5 stages of grief included no actual clips in order to avoid a strike. I don't think I even have to explain how empty a music review is without the sample of the music that's being critiqued. First time I uploaded my Adventure Time finale video, the algorithm marked me. Even when I was doing a commentary, the copyright logo on the side made me feel like a criminal. Sadly, we don't have the power to do reviews safely, but I bet you've heard this a million times before. Well, that's about it for the bad news. I just thought it would help if we were all just real. I've seen so many online breakdowns happen, and I feel like a major contributing factor are the masks we put on. I'd say don't be afraid to be real sometimes. Even if it's not possible with a certain outrageous persona, it's also good to remember the person in front of the camera is a person just like the viewer. I just thought that would help catalyze this understanding to write an update so that we're on the same page, like FDR's fireside chats. I believe it's something that will help everyone, as well as prevent inevitable conspiracy theories like how I'm dead after not posting for a while or something dumb like that. Let me make it clear that I do not intend on quitting. I just need to make sure that I put happiness first. I hope that everyone does as well, especially since YouTube seemed miserable to unfortunate extremes this past year, but something that keeps me going is the fact that it's almost a brand new decade. I have many ideas that I intend to put out there, even if at my own pace. Luckily, during my period of silence, I've experienced a lot. I've been places and I had adventures far away by myself, and I had plenty of crazy stories attached to them, especially those based on cooking and conventions, so keep an eye out for that. Lastly, I have to announce that I've created a new public Instagram for cosplay if you're into that, at CosplayRight, and I'll appreciate you giving me a follow. So with all that, I hope your decade ends on a high note and that the next decade proves promising. I hope to be keeping it real, and I'll be seeing you.